Kelly Ripa has never been one to shy away from a good story, especially when that story involves herself. On screen, she's witty, sharp, and impossibly charming, seamlessly blending self-deprecation with an energy that keeps her millions of fans hooked every morning on Live with Kelly and Mark. But behind that glow, Ripa has also long been refreshingly open about the realities of aging in the public eye. And this week, the ever-honest TV host peeled back another layer of her transparency. In a rare and candid admission, Ripa opened up about the cosmetic procedures she's had, and the complicated mix of empowerment, insecurity, and humor that has shaped her journey toward self-confidence. It's funny, Ripa began during a recent conversation with Allure magazine, her voice light yet reflective. People always assume that when you work in television, you're obsessed with looking young. But honestly, it's not about chasing youth, it's about chasing comfort in my own skin. I just happen to have cameras pointed at me while I'm doing it. The unfiltered truth. I've had work done, let's just get that out of the way. At 55, Kelly Ripa looks radiant. Her signature golden hair, sculpted yet soft features, and effortlessly toned frame have long been the envy of fans. But she admits that, good genes and green juice, don't tell the whole story. I've had work done, let's just get that out of the way, she said with a laugh. The idea that I've somehow defied gravity naturally is hilarious. I'm friends with gravity, I just try to negotiate with it occasionally. Ripa's confession wasn't shocking, but the sincerity behind it struck a chord. She wasn't confessing out of guilt or vanity, it was more like she was reclaiming her narrative. There's such a stigma around cosmetic procedures, especially for women, she continued. We're supposed to age gracefully, but also not look like we're aging. It's a weird double standard, and I got tired of pretending I wasn't doing little things to feel good about myself. Her little things included non-surgical treatments like Botox and laser facials, nothing too extreme, but enough to give her that well-rested on 4 hours of sleep look that morning TV demands. I started Botox after my kids were born, Ripa said, referencing her and Mark Consuelo's 3 children, Michael, Lola, and Joaquin. At first, it was just between the brows. I remember looking in the mirror one day and thinking, I look like I'm scowling, even when I'm happy. So I fixed it. Simple as that. The turning point. When honesty became her best beauty secret. In true Kelly fashion, what started as a lighthearted admission soon transformed into a thoughtful reflection on how beauty, honesty, and self-image intersect. The first time I talked about Botox on the show, it was almost accidental, she said. Mark made some comment about me looking refreshed, and I blurted out, yeah, I just got Botox. Everyone laughed, but afterward, I realized how freeing it felt to just say it. That freedom became something of a philosophy for Ripa. Rather than shrouding her beauty routine in secrecy, she started owning it publicly, something she credits with changing how her fans connected with her. Women started coming up to me saying, "Thank you for saying that. It made me realize that being open about this stuff isn't about vanity, it's about vulnerability," Ripa said. We all want to feel good, and if a little tweak helps, why should we whisper about it? She smiled mischievously before adding, "Besides, I'm Italian. I can't keep a secret to save my life." Navigating the pressure. Television is a high-definition mirror. There's no denying the pressure that comes with being one of daytime television's most visible figures. Every morning, Ripa's face is broadcast in high definition to millions of homes, scrutinized, memified, and occasionally critiqued. Television is a high-definition mirror, she quipped. If you've ever seen yourself on a 4K screen, you'll understand why a little laser treatment suddenly sounds like a religious experience. She confessed that early in her career, before digital HD cameras became the norm, the beauty standards were different, softer, kinder. But as technology advanced, so did the scrutiny. I remember the first time I saw myself on an HD monitor and thought, who is that woman and why does she look so tired? Ripa recalled with a laugh. That's when I started exploring what I call maintenance, not makeover. Her maintenance routine, she admitted, includes occasional fillers, used sparingly, and lots of sunscreen. She's also a fan of microneedling and high-quality skincare, but she insists that nothing replaces hydration, sleep, and laughter. Honestly, laughter is my favorite cosmetic procedure, she said. It lifts everything. Mark's take. I support whatever makes her feel amazing. Of course, no Kelly Ripa story feels complete without a cameo from her husband and live co-host, Mark Consuelos. When asked how he feels about her openness regarding cosmetic procedures, Ripa smiled knowingly. "Mark's supportive, but he's also hilariously oblivious," she said. "I'll tell him I got Botox, and he'll say, 'Really? Where?' And I'm like, 'Exactly.'" Consuelos, for his part, has always been vocal about admiring his wife's confidence more than her appearance. In interviews, he said that Ripa's self-awareness and humor are what make her magnetic. She could shave her head and tattoo her eyebrows, and she'd still walk into a room like she owns it, he once joked on Live. "That's what I love about her, she's fearless." Ripa, laughing at that memory, added, "He says that now, but if I ever came home looking like an entirely new person, I think even he would need a minute." Aging out loud. "I've earned every line, even the ones I erased." In the latter part of the interview, Ripa's tone softened. She acknowledged that aging, especially as a woman in Hollywood, can be both liberating and confronting. "I've earned every line on my face," she said, "even the ones I occasionally erase. Because that's what aging is, earning and editing. I'm not trying to erase who I am, I'm just adjusting the lighting, you know." She paused, her voice turning contemplative. "I spent years thinking I had to look perfect for other people. Now, I just want to look like the best version of myself. The one who still feels alive, still curious, still excited to see what's next." That, she said, is the heart of her approach to beauty, balance. If you're doing something for yourself, to boost your confidence or simply because it makes you happy, that's self-care. But if you're doing it because you think the world expects you to, that's when it gets tricky. The double standard dilemma. When men get distinguished, and women get desperate. Ripa didn't shy away from addressing the gender gap in how society views aging. "When men get wrinkles, people say they look distinguished," she said. "When women get them, they say we let ourselves go. It's maddening." She recalled a conversation with a male colleague who once told her he didn't understand why women felt pressure to get Botox. "I told him, that's because no one's ever zoomed in on your crow's feet on a 70-inch television screen while you're trying to read cue cards." Her words, though playful, revealed a deeper frustration. "We live in a culture where women are constantly told to be authentic but also flawless," Ripa said. "So I decided I'm just going to be authentically flawed, and occasionally frozen in the forehead." The new definition of beauty, confidence is the real glow-up. When asked what beauty means to her now, after decades in the spotlight and years of learning to balance self-care with self-acceptance, Ripa didn't hesitate. "Confidence," she said simply. "That's the real glow-up." She described beauty as something that evolves, just like she has. "In my 20s, beauty meant eyeliner and abs. In my 40s, it meant good lighting and concealer. Now, it means peace. It means saying, I'm fine as I am, but I'm not afraid to enhance what I've got." Her goal, she said, is to model that balance for her daughter, Lola, who has grown up watching her mother navigate fame, femininity, and self-image with grace and humor. "I always tell Lola, your beauty is not something you earn. It's something you express," Ripa shared. "If you want to wear makeup, great. If you want to do nothing at all, that's great too. Just don't ever do anything because you think you have to." The bigger picture. Redefining real. Kelly Ripa's honesty about cosmetic procedures isn't a confession, it's a cultural statement. In an industry where airbrushing is the norm and aging gracefully often means pretending you're not aging at all, her openness offers something rare, permission to be real, in whatever form that takes. "I'm not saying everyone should get Botox," she clarified. "I'm saying everyone should get to decide what makes them feel beautiful, without judgment." She leaned back, smiling. The real secret, confidence and kindness. You can't inject those. Epilogue. The woman in the mirror. As our conversation wound down, Ripa reflected on how her relationship with the mirror has changed over the years. "There was a time when I'd pick apart every tiny thing, every wrinkle, every shadow," she said. "Now, I look in the mirror and see a woman who's worked hard, loved deeply, and laughed a lot. And maybe has a little help from modern science. And I'm good with that." She chuckled softly before adding, "You know what they say, beauty may fade, but great lighting lasts forever." In the end, Kelly Ripa's candid admission about her cosmetic procedures isn't about Botox or filler, it's about authenticity. It's about a woman who has spent decades making people laugh, learning to take herself seriously enough to be honest. And in doing so, she's redefined what it means to look good, in an age where perfection is digital, and honesty is the boldest filter of all.